Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually felt satisfied after watching porn? Not just the release, I'm talking about the deep sense of satisfaction. When you lie there thinking, oh, that was good. If you're being honest, probably never, or at least not in a long time. And here's what's worse. You probably need more now than you used to. More videos, more tabs open, more extreme content, just to feel anything at all. You've probably heard that porn doesn't reflect real sex and that it's not how women actually behave, that it creates unrealistic expectations. But you know that already. You're aware of it. And you still enjoy using it. And you think to yourself, well, as long as I know this isn't how real sex looks like, there's no harm using it sometimes. Well, today I want to tell you about something that happens to your brain that most men don't know about, so they don't realize just how much even occasional porn watching might be destroying your ability to feel pleasure and might be causing performance issues like erectile dysfunction. And if that's not enough, it can also make your partner feel unsatisfied in bed. And look, maybe you think I'm exaggerating, linking all of these problems to porn, but let me explain what happens to your brain and your nervous system when you watch it. I'm Magda, and I've worked with hundreds of men who thought they had porn under control. They would use it occasionally. They knew it wasn't real, but then they started noticing things. Real sex didn't feel as good anymore. They couldn't get as aroused, and their partners felt distant. And they didn't connect the dots until it was too late. So, let me show you what's exactly going on. In psychology, we call this the hedonistic treadmill, and it's the definition of any addiction. Here's how it works. When you watch porn, it gives you this intense hit of stimulation, way more intense than real sex. Your brain lights up, dopamine floods your system, and for a moment it feels amazing. But here's the problem. Your brain adapts. It gets used to that level of stimulation, and over time, what used to feel intense doesn't feel like anything anymore. So you need more videos, or more variety, or more extreme content just to feel what you used to feel with something simple. It's like a treadmill. You keep running faster and faster and faster, but there's no finish line. You never actually get anywhere. And this is what happens to men who use porn even occasionally. You become addicted to more and more intense stimulation. And over time, you end up searching for videos that are harder, more extreme, more shocking. It's like a downward spiral that gets harder and harder to escape. And that means your sensitivity goes down. You don't get aroused as easily, you don't feel pleasure as easily, and you don't finish as easily. But also, the experience becomes more shallow. It's a little bit like stuffing yourself with donuts versus enjoying a real meal. Sexual pleasure becomes very fast, very intense, but it's not actually satisfying. It becomes something you feel compelled to do rather than something you actually enjoy. This is why you might be watching more and more porn, but you're getting less and less satisfaction. Now look, I'm not saying porn is evil. I'm not saying you can never use it. Porn can be used occasionally. It can spice things up. And yeah, sometimes you need a quick visual boost if you want a quick release by yourself. But what you have to be careful about is that it's very easy to tip over. It's a little bit like when you start going to the gym. You sign up and you plan to go 3 times a week, and then the day comes when you should go and you just skip it. Skipping just one time is not a big deal after all, but you know how easy it is to skip it the next time, and suddenly you've stopped going completely. Or the other way around, let's say you want to lose weight and you're eating healthy, and then there's a donut. You have one donut, but you also know how easy it is to go from one donut to many donuts. And then you're not losing weight anymore. See, when it comes to things that can be addictive, we know it's a slippery slope. And this is the danger with porn, because it's so easy to go from watching occasionally to just one more, and suddenly you're addicted. Now, I help men understand how porn impacts their brains and their sex life so they can make better choices. Click the link in the description to see how we can work together. And here's what porn does to your sex life with a real woman. When you're desensitized from watching too much porn, real sex feels boring. It's not intense enough. It's not fast enough. It doesn't have enough variety. And she isn't loud enough. She doesn't moan the way those women do. She doesn't make those faces. So you're lying there next to her and your mind is somewhere else. You may be thinking about what you watched last night or what you are going to watch next. And she can feel it. She can feel that you're not present, that you're not really with her. And over time, she stops trying. She pulls away. Because why would she keep offering herself to a man who's not even there? So I hope that by understanding how porn really impacts you and your sex life, you will limit how much you use it. But if this is something you really struggle with and you want help breaking free and reconnecting with real intimacy and pleasure, click the link in the description. By the way, if you're not getting morning wood anymore, that's a sign that something deeper is going on and a warning you need to take seriously. So watch this video next if you want me to show you what to do about it right now.